Tooltip is a very useful component when we are building our application. So this is how I envisioned the Tooltip component to work. We can wrap any element with the Tooltip component, and when we hover on the inner component, then the Tooltip should show. So let's quickly scaffold the component. And inside the component, we'll define a few props. The first prop is a tooltip, which is the text that we want to show to the user when the user hover on the element. And then we'll relay the children and the rest of the prop to a span element. And now we'll create a new data attribute on the span element where we'll pass the tooltip prop onto it. Now the purpose of this data attribute is that so we can utilize this data from the CSS. Let's create a CSS module file and I'll show you what I mean. So the idea of the tooltip is that we're going to make use of the after pseudo element to show the tooltip. First of all, we'll give the tooltip class a relative position so that we can easily style the after pseudo element. Next, we'll add the after pseudo element and the content would be the data tooltip attribute. Let's quickly pass some data to the tooltip prop so we can experiment with the CSS. Once we're done, we'll give our pseudo element an absolute position and give it a little bit of width, the left and top positional properties, a background color, a white text color, and some padding to the left and right. We will also style the font size and the border radius. And now what we want to do is to only show the tooltip when we hover on the main text. Let's do that. First, we'll set the opacity to 0 on the tooltip itself and only set the opacity back to 1 when we are hovering on the main text. Let's try it out. Great, it is working. However, it feels a little bit clunky. It will be better if we add a little bit of animation for the tooltip to fade in and out. And the easiest way to do this is to use CSS transition. The transition property will be the opacity property and the duration will be 0.25 seconds. Let's try again. And now it looks a lot better than before. And that's how we can build a simple tooltip component that can be wrapped around any elements that you like. We will stop here and continue in the next lesson. I'll see you there. If you would like to see more content, consider supporting us by becoming a member at my website, Acadea.io. It is similar to Patreon, but in return, you get a lot of premium tutorials and lessons. If you can't become a member, that's totally fine. We are just happy that you are here. We spend a lot of time and energy to produce high quality videos for you. Feel free to check out our other videos on YouTube, and if you can leave a thumbs up, you will really make my day. If you subscribe, I would jump for joy, and I'll make more videos for you. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time.